everybody, this is Alchemist2, and I'm back again with another movie review. Now this time I watched Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Dad was completely lost when he saw Deathly Hallows Part 2. And honestly, we came up with the brilliant scheme to watch the Harry Potter movies up to Deathly Hallows Part 1 because Dad really didn't remember seeing any of the Harry Potter films, and there was too much of a space between when the films were actually made, and he just had forgotten everything, which I think is really sad because I had remembered everything and I was there whispering into his ear the whole time in the cinema, and I felt like adult because I really didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be rude, and I felt like a real heel. But suffice it to say, I think that the first film is probably one of the better films in the entire saga itself, just because it matches word for word the book. And being a fan of the Alchemist series, I noticed an interesting parallel. Harry Potter has a Nicholas Flamel. The Alchemist series also has a Nicholas Flamel, but Michael Scott's Nicholas Flamel is the main character, while J.K. Rowling's character is quite a bit different, but it's based on the same information about the actual Nicholas Flamel, who, according to legend, disappeared mysteriously. Now, Mr. Flamel's body has not been found. Apparently, he was a very well-known and infamous alchemist, and maybe, just maybe, he had found a way to defeat death. And of course, if you've read Carlos Castaneda's books, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm not going to go into any kind of philosophy because that's going to get too complicated. Now, as a Harry Potter fan, I just must say that this film is near and dear to my heart just because I was able to see it with my mother when she was still alive, and she loved Hagrid, and she also liked Snape. And I think, knowing what I do now about Snape's character, having read the books, and I wonder if she would have conferred with me. I think she would have, because I know that she and I are just humongous fans of Alan Rickman, just because we love him. He's a consummate actor, and just the way he portrays Snape, that icy, cold, calculating, devious, eerie quality that he has, yet he is paternal. Very mysterious character and very convoluted, and it makes him fascinating, I think. And of course, this is stated by a ton of other fans that can vouch for me, despite the fact that he comes off as kind of a bully and a jerk and a full of himself, egotistical man who has his best interests at heart and nobody else's, because, well, he doesn't know any other better way. But we learn differently as we advance in the years of the Harry Potter books, and I intend on reviewing each and every one of them, as promised to a friend of mine. So, do you think this is coincidence, Saikori? I don't think so. my dad is seeing it for the first time as if he's seeing it anew, because he couldn't recall any of it. And I asked him while we were watching, I said, "Are you enjoying this?" And he said, "How can you remember all this stuff?" And I thought, "Dad, I've read the books, and I have a really excellent memory when it comes to books and movies and things that I've written and things I've drawn and that sort of thing. It's just, I don't know why I have this, but I guess it's a gift, and I'm glad I have it. But this is where we really get a feeling of what kind of story Harry Potter is going to be, and excuse me, garlic, but the darkness involved in it, the whole ominous factor, it's there, but this is nothing. We get to see true creepiness later on, when the series becomes increasingly more dismal. It still has the humor, but this one I think is probably the most kid-friendly, even though there are some elements in it that are a little bit cringeworthy. And I always liked the fact that there was plenty of humor in this one, and just the sheer quality and the unforgettable epic music that we've all come to know and love. I thrill every time I hear that theme, and I know it by heart. I can hum it, and I've heard it in my head before as I sleep, so it haunts me in my dreams. But I know it's a little scary, but I still love Harry Potter, despite some of the flaws in some of the movies. This one is 5 stars, no doubt about it, and 2 thumbs way up for Chris Columbus. I think that Chris Columbus, I don't know if this was his directorial debut. I don't believe it was, but I think Chris knew his way around a projector booth and had a sense of what he was doing. And I know that J.K. Rowling knew what she was doing with her cast and just the characters that she was bringing to life through this film. Other than that, I really can't say anything bad about this particular first installment, because there really isn't. This one is perfect. Now, I know nothing in the world is perfect, but as far as movies are concerned, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, I almost said Philosopher's Stone, it's actually the same thing, but this is absolutely perfect, and I love it from start to finish. And Harry's trials and tribulations are only just beginning, and you see how increasingly difficult it becomes for Harry later on. And I will soon be reviewing Chamber of Secrets, in which the plot becomes increasingly more labyrinthine and difficult and challenging. So I know that I'm going to have to be filling my father in on what's happening and everything that's occurring. But I love these films, each and every one of them, and I have my own ranking system for each, but this one's definitely 5. It's my ultimate favorite of all of them, besides the Deathly Hallows, well, part 1 and 2, because I think that they were really quite well done. So that's all I have to relay for now. Stay tuned for my next movie review. Ciao!